They're online, but you never see their face. No selfies, no life updates, no look at me moments. In a world obsessed with visibility, they choose invisibility. Are they insecure, antisocial, or hiding something? Psychology says it might be the opposite. And once you understand why some people never post their photos, you may start questioning your own relationship with attention. Stay with me, because this isn't just about social media. It's about identity, power, and emotional intelligence. We live in a time where visibility equals value. The more you post, the more you're seen. The more you're seen, the more you exist. At least, that's what the algorithm teaches us. Social media platforms are designed to reward exposure, likes, comments, shares, tiny dopamine hits that make us feel acknowledged. Posting photos isn't just about memories anymore. It's about signaling status, lifestyle, beauty, success. And slowly, without realizing it, we begin to measure our worth by reactions. So when someone chooses not to participate, it feels unusual, almost suspicious, but maybe they're not missing out. Maybe they see something others don't. There's a psychological principle called self-determination theory. It says humans need 3 things to feel fulfilled: autonomy, competence, connection. People who don't post their photos often have strong autonomy. They don't feel pressured to perform for others. They don't need external validation to confirm their existence. Privacy for them is not fear, it's control. When you reveal less, you protect your narrative, you decide who sees you, you decide what matters. In a culture that overshares, mystery becomes power. And here's something interesting. Studies show that people who overshare frequently may actually feel more anxious about social comparison, but those who limit exposure, they reduce the pressure to compete. Less comparison, less performance, less emotional noise. That's not weakness, that's strategy. Many assume if you don't post yourself, you must be insecure. But psychology suggests something deeper. There are 2 types of confidence: external confidence, built on feedback; internal confidence, built on self-acceptance. People who constantly post selfies often seek micro-affirmations. Do I look good? Do I matter? Am I seen? There's nothing wrong with that. It's human. But people who rarely post their photos may already feel secure in their identity. They don't need proof. Their confidence doesn't collapse without applause. Silence doesn't threaten them. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If your self-worth depends on being seen, invisibility feels like rejection. But if your self-worth comes from within, visibility becomes optional. Emotionally intelligent people understand something powerful. Everything you post becomes data. Data for strangers, data for advertisers, data for silent observers. Not everyone who watches you supports you. Some compare, some judge, some envy. Highly self-aware individuals often ask, what is the cost of exposure? And sometimes the cost is peace. By not posting their photos, they create boundaries. Boundaries protect energy. Boundaries protect focus. Boundaries protect mental clarity. They understand that not every moment needs an audience. Some experiences are richer when they stay private. And in a noisy world, protected silence feels like luxury. Have you noticed something? The less people know about you, the more they're curious. Humans are wired to seek information gaps. When something is hidden, we want to know more. This is called the curiosity gap effect. People who don't reveal everything often become more intriguing. Here's something deeper. Many people confuse their digital profile with their real identity. If a photo doesn't get enough likes, their mood changes. If engagement drops, self-doubt rises. But people who don't post their photos often separate identity from performance. They understand, I'm not my profile. Their life exists fully offline. Moments don't become real only after posting. They don't need digital applause to validate reality. That detachment? It's rare, and psychologically, it's healthy. We're living in the most documented era in history. Every meal, every vacation, every emotion, recorded, shared, reacted to. But stability doesn't come from attention. It comes from self-awareness. People who don't post their photos may simply prefer depth over display. connection over exposure, presence over performance. They don't hate social media, they just refuse to let it define them. And maybe that's emotional maturity. So next time you see someone who never posts their photos, don't assume they're insecure. They might be more self-aware, more private, more emotionally disciplined, or simply free from the need to be constantly seen. And now the real question is this: if you stopped posting your photos tomorrow, would you feel relieved or invisible? Your answer might reveal more about you than any selfie ever could.